too.
Hi, my name is Clavon Leonard. I'm a student of Rutgers University here in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I want to talk about an area that I wasn't very informed about, but now I'm very knowledgeable about. It's the area of sexual harassment. This is a silent enemy that's creeping on the college campus that a lot of men go and it's unnoticed. How do we identify sexual harassment and what does it look like? Well, I first want to let you know that sexual harassment, it is against the law. It is a part of the Title VII Civil Rights Act of 1964. And it was designed to prevent sexual harassment, whether it be on the side of men or women, whether it be dealing with employer or employees, or even on the college campus. I want to deal with this area because I feel like it's an area that many men on the college campus don't know how to identify or don't know how to bring this issue to the light. Hopefully through this short video we can talk about it. One form of sexual harassment can be unwanted physical contact. Do you know someone glazing you across your chest, touching your face, touching your buttocks can be considered a form of sexual harassment if it's unwanted? Another sign is when someone begins to show some type of romantic interest in you that you're not returning, where it's constantly, whether they're emailing you, they're texting you, they're calling you, they're giving you pet names, things that you don't want or you don't feel comfortable with. It can be considered sexual harassment. Do you know that something as simple as you having a conversation with a young lady and she telling you that she has a romantic interest in you and you and her begin to talk and you begin to share with her that you are either interested in someone else or you're not interested in her at all. And in the course of the conversation, you decide that the conversation is went as far as you is needed to go and you want to leave and she decides to block your path and won't allow you around her. That's considered a form or it's an association with sexual harassment. Do you know that someone giving you gifts, whether it be a meal, it can be a jacket, a shirt, it could be a gift card, any gift that you have not asked for or even desired to have, unwanted gifts where there's an implication that the gift's going to lead to some type of romantic interest or it's going to lead to some type of reward, that it can be considered or associated with sexual harassment. Do you even know that even offensive jokes, sometimes like a girl say, oh, you don't want me, you must be gay. Do you know that can be considered a form of sexual harassment? When your sexuality or your manhood is challenged because there's no romantic interest. You know that even when someone says, oh, if you don't like me or you don't return the favors, I'm going to go on Facebook, I'm going to go on Twitter and tell everybody that, you're bi or that you're gay, or I'm going to lie and say that you touch me. All those are forms of things that are associated with sexual harassment. And you need to be able to identify them even on the college campus with men. And a lot of times because we are men or you are young men, we don't identify things where you're not the aggressor as identified as sexual harassment. But you need to know that sexual harassment is not just men harassing women, but sexual harassment can also be women harassing men. Sexual harassment can be men or women of the same gender can be sexual harassed as well. And when we look at these different forms of things that are associated with the behaviors of being sexual harassed, we have to look at some of the effects of it. They can be psychological effects. You can have problems sleeping. It can break your study habits. It can have you have a desire not to hang around certain friends or certain groups of people because of the person who have harassed you may be in the company of those people. It can have you avoiding the library, the cafeteria, or other social meeting places. It can have a physical effect on you as well because of the pressure that's involved. It can cause anxiety. You can be nervous. It can cause vomiting. It can cause, headaches. So we know here that sexual harassment can have many side effects. It can cause many things, whether it be psychological, social, or even mental. I just want you to know that Rutgers University is not accepted. So what we want to do, we want to educate even the men to let not just the women, but the men know as well that sexual harassment is against the law. Sexual harassment has to be identified, it has to be exposed, and it has to be rooted out so that we all the students, male and female, can live in harmony at Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Thank you and have a great day.